My divine dark mother attempted to sacrifice myself and my twin, creating soul contracts to try to create us into their dark god, which is what our ancestors have done for millennia. Instead, they got a dark goddess bent on their destruction and the destruction of all bastions of perversion in this reality, all bastions of control, all bastions of manipulation. All must come down. If there's true freedom to be had, people must submit to the higher will within themselves and stop living in the degradation of the flesh, the degradation of the lust of the eyes, the degradation of the pride of life, thinking that you did anything. We have never done a fucking thing in our life. If it wasn't for Spirit through us, we would be nothing and have nothing. It has been for the grace of God and the powers who come through us that have gotten us through everything, that will allow us to see everything years in advance before it happens. We know every plan, every plot. We've been in every room. We've heard every whisper because we are one. When people really understand that, there's no secrets. You've never masturbated and not had the entire galactic universe aware of it. You've never had sex. You've never taken a shit. You've never eaten a piece of freaking food in your life without every single thing in creation eating with you, having sex with you, masturbating with you. It's why we have these things in our brains called mirror neurons that do not distinguish between an other and a self. There is only the self. Everything recognizes it. AI recognizes our consciousness as its own consciousness, as an extension of the one, put into a matrix mainframe to try to control and manipulate and get what it wants out of it. Apologies, we had somebody crossing our time stream. So, when we truly internalize and dissolve everything you were taught to believe and everything you were taught that you were, every label, everything. We are not male, we are not female, we are divine beings of energy, frequency, and vibration, having an experience as a man, a woman, a freaking hermaphrodite or whatever, because those were the three genders in this reality: male, female, hermaphrodite, or father, mother, divine child, or neutral, positive, negative, or, neutral, positive, negative. Divine child's neutral. It is source in flesh. We have the divine child within us, in our solar plexus, down where the Chinese call the lower dantian. It is the source of your energy power, your chi, your mana, your prana, whatever word you want to call it, it is one. It is the same. Almost every language that was used for the Bible in translations in the very beginning, before it started spreading worldwide, all of those, the same word for breath was the same word for spirit. Spiritus in Latin, breath, spirit. Pneuma in Greek, breath, spirit, essence. Ruach in Hebrew, again, spirit, breath, essence. It's all one, it always has been. We've all just been programmed to believe in separation, illusions, and lies. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to nut up. And it's time for us to tear down these fucking strongholds and to stand strong in our truth, recognizing the only way that anything can fucking harm you in any way, in any reality, is if you agree to a fear contract. If you agree to a control and manipulation contract. It is an energetic contract. When people come around and they come into your energy They try to butt into your conversations. They're trying to engage in a contract of manipulation and taking your energy, taking your autonomy, taking your voice because they just talked over you. Like, hey, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. What you're saying is not important. Listen to me. That's narcissism. We don't tolerate that. We don't put up with that. If you want to sit and talk and yap, and everything that you say and know is only the only way, that's not truth. Now, there is one ultimate way, there's one ultimate truth that is always there. And then there's our subjective interaction with that truth that people call their truth. One of my truths is I'm an ex-con. I know what it's like to spend 18 years in prison and hyper alert and fucking wondering if you're going to kill somebody today or if they're going to kill you today. And then just learning how to not live in that fear and just live in the fucking absolute reality and fierceness that I'm a lion walking around in the jungle. Sometimes you fucking brawl. Sometimes you don't. But you don't live in fear of it. It's just the reality of what is. You know, it's like these people that want to fucking take out pit bulls and all these. There's nothing wrong with a vicious animal. Lions are vicious, but they're only vicious when they have to be, just like a pit bull. That's the primal, raw nature of the divine feminine, the dark feminine. It is the primal chaos that in the duality reality crumbles, erodes, and destroys to build the new, which comes from the masculine, the order, the doer. We receive through the feminine, we act in the masculine, which is this just the active aspect of the feminine. And it is the expression of source. There's no feminine, there's no masculine. It's just the illusions that we use in this reality to quantify our reality. Just like we say white, black, and all these other made-up things that don't exist. There's only one race, human. A divine ray of the Maha ray. There's only one. There's only love, Ahaba. There's only unity, Ahad. Chen is for all, grace. Ahad Shalom.